In recent years, rapper and music mogul Sean Diddy Combs has made headlines not only for his immense contributions to the entertainment industry, but also for his prominent involvement in Democratic politics. However, a recent indictment accusing Combs of serious crimes, including sex trafficking and racketeering conspiracy, has cast a dark shadow over his legacy. These allegations have not only shocked many, but have also raised critical questions about his past political alliances. Federal authorities have charged Combs with multiple offenses, leaving many stunned, particularly given his longstanding influence in both the entertainment and political worlds. For decades, Diddy has been a significant figure, frequently supporting Democratic causes and rubbing shoulders with some of the most powerful individuals in the political sphere. His close associations with high-profile Democrats, including Vice President Kamala Harris, former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, New York Mayor Eric Adams, and former President Barack Obama, are well documented. These collaborations were key, as Diddy used his celebrity status to advocate for political change, contributing his voice and resources to Democratic campaigns and initiatives. Throughout his career, Diddy has not limited himself to music and entrepreneurship. Instead, he evolved into an influential figure in political activism, particularly when it comes to voter engagement and civic participation. One of his most notable contributions came in the early 2000s with the creation of the Vote or Die campaign, which aimed to encourage young people, particularly African Americans, to exercise their right to vote. The campaign garnered national attention and solidified Diddy's reputation as a political influencer capable of bridging the gap between popular culture and political activism. Diddy's connections to Democratic figures extended beyond just voter engagement. Over the years, he hosted fundraisers, participated in town halls, and leveraged his vast network of celebrity contacts to rally support for Democratic candidates. Diddy also used his platform to be particularly vocal on issues like racial injustice, police reform, and economic inequality, often criticizing Republican policies and promoting Democratic ideals. His involvement in these causes positioned him as a key figure in the political landscape, especially among young voters who viewed him as an advocate for their concerns. Diddy's political influence is perhaps best exemplified by his relationships with some of the most influential names in the Democratic Party. In 2020, at the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, Vice President Kamala Harris publicly thanked Diddy for hosting a virtual town hall that addressed the pandemic's impact on the African American community. At that time, Harris was running as the vice presidential candidate alongside Joe Biden. The town hall allowed Harris to connect with a younger, more diverse audience through Diddy's platform. She acknowledged his contribution in creating a space for critical discussions about public health, economic relief, and the virus's disproportionate effects on communities of color. Harris was not the only prominent Democrat to align with Diddy. During her 2016 presidential campaign, Hillary Clinton also received support from the music mogul. Diddy played a role in promoting Clinton's message, especially during the final weeks of the campaign when mobilizing African American voters became a priority. His involvement highlighted his ability to influence political engagement, particularly as the Clinton campaign worked to increase turnout among young Black voters. Former President Barack Obama, the nation's first Black president, also had notable ties to Diddy. During Obama's 2 terms in office, Diddy was a vocal supporter of his presidency and Democratic initiatives. As an early advocate for Obama, Diddy frequently appeared at events supporting Democratic causes, especially those that aligned with values of social justice and health reform. His backing of Obama further solidified his commitment to advancing political causes aligned with the Democratic Party. Mint are grim, describing allegations that suggest a systematic exploitation of vulnerable individuals. Federal authorities have charged Diddy with using his influence and power to coerce individuals into illegal activities. As these charges become public, they threaten to overshadow Diddy's decades of contributions to both entertainment and politics, raising difficult questions for those who have been politically aligned with him. Of particular concern is how this indictment might affect Kamala Harris's 2024 presidential campaign. Harris, who has worked to position herself as a champion for justice, equity, and women's rights, could face criticism for her past associations with Diddy, especially if further revelations emerge about his behavior. While Harris has not been implicated in the crimes, her previous collaboration with Diddy, which was seen as positive at the time, could now come under greater scrutiny. Although it is unlikely that Harris's campaign will face significant fallout from these revelations in the immediate future, she and her team may find themselves navigating difficult questions about how her political partnerships intersect with allegations of misconduct by high-profile figures like Diddy. As the legal proceedings against Diddy unfold, the future of his political influence remains in serious doubt. The accusations against him are not only criminal, but deeply damaging to his public image and legacy. Diddy's influence had long extended beyond the music industry, making him a significant figure in American politics. However, the serious nature of the charges threatens to undermine the political work he has done, casting a shadow over his contributions to causes like racial justice and civic engagement. Diddy's legal battle is expected to be lengthy and highly publicized. The evidence against him, including disturbing details of alleged freak-offs, orchestrated sex performances, and the use of coercion, paints a picture of a man who may have exploited his wealth and status for deeply troubling purposes. These revelations have left many questioning the true nature of his character and legacy, which had previously been defined by his success in the entertainment industry and his role as a political activist. The fallout from Diddy's indictment could extend beyond his personal reputation. While figures like Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, and Barack Obama are not connected to the charges, their past associations with him may invite scrutiny. Diddy's history as a major advocate for democratic causes, voter engagement, and racial justice now exists alongside deeply troubling accusations of criminal misconduct. As the case progresses, the silence from many of Diddy's political allies has been noticeable. So far, figures like Clinton, Obama, and Harris have remained quiet, avoiding comment on the legal matter. This reticence may reflect an awareness of the potential damage that their past associations with Diddy could cause should the legal proceedings reveal further damning details. The indictment against Sean Diddy Combs has rocked both the entertainment and political worlds, creating a complex and troubling situation. While Diddy had built a reputation as a mogul and a political activist, these new allegations paint a much darker picture of his legacy. His future, both in the entertainment industry and in politics, is now uncertain as legal battles loom. What remains clear is that the repercussions of this case will be felt not only by Diddy, but by those who have worked closely with him throughout his career. In recent weeks, the saying, "the apple doesn't fall far from the tree," has become particularly relevant as Sean Diddy Combs faces a barrage of legal challenges, while his son, Christian King Combs, has also been implicated in a related case. The spotlight on the Combs family intensified after Christian was accused of sexual misconduct by a woman named Grace Omar. In her lawsuit, Grace alleged that Christian forced himself on her during an incident that occurred while she was working on Diddy's yacht in 2022. Grace Omar's accusations against Christian have drawn parallels to the numerous lawsuits that have recently beset Diddy himself. According to Grace, the incident took place just days before Diddy hosted a star-studded New Year's Eve yacht party. Grace claimed that while working as a steward on Diddy's yacht, Christian forced himself on her, causing her significant emotional distress. She further alleged that Diddy, as the yacht's owner, was complicit in the actions of his son. On the night in question, Grace claimed that she was informed Christian would be joining the party, accompanied by Rodney Lil Rod Jones, a producer working with Diddy. Upon arrival, she perceived that both men appeared intoxicated, and Christian began to pressure her into consuming shots of tequila. As the night progressed, Christian's behavior reportedly became increasingly aggressive, leading Grace to suspect that she was being forced into unwanted sexual advances. According to the lawsuit, after Grace had taken several shots, she began to feel the effects of the alcohol and became concerned that her drinks had been tampered with. At this point, she alleged that Christian started to touch her inappropriately. Grace repeatedly rejected his advances and devised a strategy to escape the situation by pretending to request permission to inform a crew leader that she was staying with him for the night. Christian's response, however, was to insist on taking things further, leading to a confrontation where he allegedly attempted to force her to perform oral sex. After this encounter, Grace reported suffering from panic attacks and suicidal thoughts. She described feeling embarrassed and traumatized by the events that transpired. Interestingly, the allegations against Christian are not isolated. Diddy has faced similar accusations from various women in the past, which he has consistently denied, claiming that the allegations stem from women seeking to tarnish his reputation for financial gain. As these legal troubles escalated for both father and son, reports emerged about a raid on Diddy's home by the Department of Homeland Security. During this raid, video footage showed two of Diddy's sons present, while Diddy himself was not in sight. The footage depicted an aggressive police presence, raising questions about the treatment of Diddy's sons during the operation. In the aftermath, Misa Hilton, the mother of Justin Dior Combs and Christian King Combs, took to social media to express her outrage over how her sons were treated, emphasizing the racial disparities in law enforcement actions. Despite the chaos surrounding them, Christian King Combs attempted to distance himself from the allegations by releasing a song that hinted at family secrets. His lyrics suggested that he was alluding to past events and experiences related to his father's legal troubles, although the intent behind his words remains unclear. On September 16, 2024, Diddy was arrested and taken into custody at the Metropolitan Detention Center. He faces serious charges, including racketeering, sex trafficking, and other alleged criminal activities that prosecutors claim constitute a larger criminal enterprise. Diddy's lawyers maintain his innocence, stating that he has cooperated with authorities throughout the investigation. As Diddy's legal issues mount, many celebrities have begun distancing themselves from him. Following the filing of a lawsuit by Diddy's former girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, several high-profile figures, including Naomi Campbell and Janet Jackson, removed photos of themselves with Diddy from their social media accounts. This move suggested a desire to distance themselves from the controversies surrounding him, particularly in light of accusations that tie his actions to the alleged abuse of women. In the public eye, individuals like Pink and Usher have also adjusted their social media presence, expressing discomfort with the negativity associated with Diddy's legal troubles. Usher faced speculation about his relationship with Diddy following his own Twitter issues, while Pink publicly shared her struggles with online harassment. As the narrative unfolds, questions arise about the extent of the alleged misconduct at Diddy's parties, known colloquially as freak-offs. Accounts from women who attended these events have revealed troubling dynamics, including instances of coercion and abuse. For example, Rachel Kennedy, a former dancer, recounted her experiences with Diddy during one of his parties, describing an environment where guests were mistreated and manipulated.